Gino Pisani, when did you start playing and how long did you play for?
Senior soccer, I was probably at the age of 15. Started with the Verta Soccer Club, which sort of started playing A grade at the age between 15 and 16, and probably played for 20 years, plus juniors through the Junior Soccer Association. And then, played for almost 20 years. I sort of stopped playing at the age of 33, 34, and then sort of made a bit of a comeback where we made the state league in the year 2000, I reckon that was. So played a few games in the state league and a few years, and then called it quits. Probably age of 36, and that was it.
Tell us some of the best players you played with.
Oh, jeez. We had Joe Mullen, Serge Melter, probably Stephen Ward. Who else was there? Ian McGregor. Just to name 3, 4 off the top of my head. That's all I can. We had our own locals that we played with. Tony Trainer, Muzzer. So they were the mainly players that sort of out of town we played with, like guest players.
What about some of the best players you played against?
There was one of them, Angus Smith, back in the 80s against Croatia. Andy Warsnott for Lions. I mean, that were my targets. That's who I had to play against week in, week out. So, probably they're the two that come to my mind, top of my head.
Who were some of the more physical, tough players you played against?
When I first started, at the age of 15, there was a bloke name of Bernie Bridges, who played for Croatia. He sort of introduced me to A grade. Stuart Reid from Lions Soccer Club in Whyalla. Very physical, very hard. Made his presence felt. But who else? They're the only couple that come to mind. The rest, every game was a hard game, but they're the main two.
Tell us about the best coaches you played under.
Our first premiership, 1985, would have been Roy Ainscough. He taught me a lot as a youngster growing up. Who else? Jeff Armstrong, we had him. He actually travelled from Adelaide for 2 years up and back. No, he was pretty good. George Edges, he made his presence felt. Very hard on the fitness side of it, but successful era, and George was coaching.
Gino, you were part of a fairly successful period for the club. Did you win any best and fairest or anything like that?
Did I win one best and fairest, a local best and fairest. 3 premierships, 85, 88, 91. Very successful year, and plus winning cup games in between that era. So,
what are your best memories? It goes without saying, sort of playing in premierships.
Probably the 3 premierships. They're the ones that stick out pretty easy. 1985, 88, 91, and even just played in successful era. So that's probably the highlights that I think back to. And probably when we first joined the state league, that was pretty good.
Gino, I hear there was an unusual incident during your time here.
Oh, there was one incident where the game was abandoned against the Hellas Soccer Club back in, Con Cambers was coach of Hellas on our very ground, and he actually lost control, headbutted the referee, and then all of a sudden she was all in, and I actually remember turning around to Zoran Kupovinski. He was another good player that I played with. Sorry, he's the one I left out. I turned around to him, I said, I reckon it's time to get out of here, mate. So we both ran off the field and the game was abandoned, and that's probably one of it wasn't funny and scary really, it was both.
Gino, tell us about the derby games.
Rivalries were good back in the 80s against the old firm, the old Savoy Soccer Club. I mean, their games you used to rise to. I enjoyed it. That was a challenge for me, and Yeah, and especially scoring the winning goal in the 91 premiership. That's another highlight.
Gino, you knew how to celebrate a goal, which is great.
Yeah, I sort of used to get a bit excited about it. I used to celebrate a goal. Never scored too many, but when I did, I made it known.
Thank you, Gino Pisani, a NASA legend.